approaching very fast, inshallah, next week. Like this time we'll be fasting, inshallah, during Taraweeh, bismillah. May Allah make it easy for all of us. اللهم سلمنا لرمضان وسلم رمضان لنا يا رب العالمين. So we resume, inshallah, with the rulings about fasting. We are in episode, I guess, 7 or 8. With regard to things that break the fasting, we did not mention dialysis. Dialysis, when somebody has a kidney problem and they take the blood outside of the body, then they circulate it in a machine, then bring it back to the body. The most critical thing in it is the extra nutritious and chemicals that they add to the blood when it is outside and comes back. So scholars say it does break the fast. Okay, Allah make it easy for people who have the dialysis. So it breaks the fasting. Another quick issues we mentioned, or maybe we did not mention, of course, intercourse during the month of Ramadan, the day, ejaculations, intentional, not with sleep with. All of that breaks the fast. There is a hadith about a man who had intimacy with his wife in the night of Ramadan and he came to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So the punishment was to emancipate a slave. Then as he said, the companion, he said, I cannot do it. He said, fast 60 days. Instead of 1 day, you have to fast 60 days. It was difficult, he couldn't do it. Then he said, feed 60 poor people. And he says, Allah's messenger, I cannot handle it. He said, stay here. Then a big basket of dates was brought to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. He said, take this and go and feed it to the poor. And he said, Allah's messenger, on someone who's poorer than us, by Allah, no one is poorer or needy in Medina more than me and my family. The Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam laughed, smiled, and he said, take it and feed it to your family. So if he has to take it outside, he deserves it as a sadaqah. So intimacy is very dangerous during the month of Ramadan. Okay, tonight's topic is determining the month, the beginning and the end of Ramadan. Whether moon sighting or astronomical calculation, and what are the opinions about that. As you know, in fiqh books, scholars understood the ahadith. There are multiple ahadith about moon sighting. And the very famous one is Sumu li ru'yatih, observe fasting when you see the new moon, the new moon. And break your fast when you see it, when you see the new moon of the next month, Shawwal. And if you cannot see it, or if you don't see it, then complete the days of Sha'ban, before Ramadan, 30 days. With regard to the sighting, traditionally, we have 3 opinions concerning the moon sighting. Traditionally, this is the old, earlier scholars. One of them, each area within 50 miles, which is the distance of Jama' and Qasr, the distance that qualifies somebody to break the fasting. So every 50 miles, which is the journey of a day and a night, they should observe fasting if one of them see it. This is one opinion, that if somebody sees within this radius, 50 miles, then local, let us say local. So if somebody here see it, then faithful and us, we should fast. This is traditional opinion. Another opinion among also traditional scholars saying no, al-iqlim, it is the area. So Iraq and Sham, for example, very close. Let us say 2 states. Let us say like here in Missouri and Oklahoma, the same area. If somebody sees the moon, then everybody should fast. The third opinion is one sighting for all the ummah. One sighting is for all the ummah. Now, if you want to apply that, it means Muslims, even in East Coast, even in Europe, even they have to wait until the moon has to be seen in California. They have to wait to decide the next day. If one sighting for the entire ummah. If you want to take the second, which we said the clean, then just our areas. Let us say nowadays the time zone, our area only. So we're not waiting for California, and people in New York, they should not be waiting for us. Or locally, we see just within 50 miles. These are the traditionalists, the main categorizations of scholars in the old days. Now another opinion emerged, and it started emerging in the early Shafi'i scholars. Ibn Surayj from Shafi'i started talking about calculation and depending on the moon calculation. A tradition that was not within Islam, because as you know, they were not educated, the majority of Arabs at the time of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. But with the spread of knowledge during Umayyad and Abbasi era, so some voices started saying okay, let us depend on moon calculation now when it is easy. But it's still people were not expert. Now this opinion is getting louder and louder, and more scholars. So every few years you find more scholars saying let us adopt the moon calculation, especially with the advance of knowledge and the communication of knowledge. The communication also is very fast. So they can tell you any news comes, can spread, and the knowledge can reach anyone. And they give you now, as you know, the eclipse after 2 months, even they can tell you about 20 years from now what eclipse moon or sun will have. So they say this is even more accurate. It is more accurate in determining the beginning of the month. And the point, they started reviewing the hadith and looking at them deeper and deeper. So more opinion that the point is when Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam fast only when you see it, and only you break fast when you see it. They say it is the accuracy that you don't fast a day before it or a day after. Now, if you have modern ways to make sure that this is the beginning of the month and this is the end of the month, let us adopt these methods. Fiqh Council of America already approved that, and they have been for years adopting that, and more masajids are adopting that. Our masjid has been adopting the astronomical calculation in the last 5 years. We have been adopting it. And we adopted it after AMJA acknowledged it. So two fiqh councils, the main two fiqh councils in the US, Fiqh Council of North America and AMJA. AMJA still depend on the ru'ya, but it is one citation for the entire ummah of those who are sharing one portion of the night. But they say if people are united on moon astronomical calculation, they are approving it. And some scholars from AMJA. This is where our masjid took the decision. But still, astronomical calculation, is it when the moon just start appearing in the sky or no? So they reach a conclusion, no, it should be in the sky and possible to be seen. And possible to be seen. And they ask, of course, experts in falak astronomy, and they agreed that the moon should be in the horizon above 8 degrees. They put some requirements that the moon should be seen. For example, for this year, they say the moon is going or expected to be seen in California, Southwest America this year, which is California and Arizona, for example, with telescope, that it is likely that somebody will see it with telescope. So they took the decision that the first day will be on coming Wednesday, the 18th, and Tarawih starts one night before that. Now, some would say, let us stick to the original one because it is more authentic. It is. Again, we have to. If we have to take that way, you have to choose one of the three that I mentioned. Either one citation for the entire ummah, or one citation for our area, let us say the time zone, or our local. So within a traditional fiqh opinion, there is no one opinion talking about America. There is no tradition. To the best of my knowledge, there is no traditionally any opinion saying America, which has different time zones. So I'm not taking all of the ummah, you are not taking local. You are trying to merge between different opinions to put them together. So if we are adopting something new, in that case, saying all of America with one citation, America and Canada, then why don't we take the opinion of the astronomical calculation? The benefit of that, although maybe it is weaker than the other opinion, but number one, accuracy. There is no doubt that the astronomical calculation is way more accurate than the citations. And those who follow the citations, we know that there is a percentage of mistakes. And there are many research about people, even in Saudi Arabia, fasting one day before or breaking one day earlier. Number two, unity of the Ummah in America, with the hope that in the future, inshallah, this astronomical calculation will help Muslims establish themselves more in the culture and have a day off. Like Christians, they have a Christmas day off. Jews in populated areas like in New York, they have a day off. Now Muslims have Eid day off in New York and San Francisco. So hopefully more that will help Muslims. It will help Muslim doctors, professionals plan, take their kids off schools if they have exams to facilitate. So to take maybe a weaker opinion or the better opinion, but with the benefit and without breaking the law or the hadith, because it is the point is knowing the month of Ramadan exactly. So just a method that scholars are adopting. More and more masajids are adopting. It is a matter of time that you'll see maybe after 10 years, more and more, and the debate maybe it will be in the past, as other issues will be in the past. Wallahu ta'ala, wa sallallahu alayhi wa sallam.